If you ever hear a bicycle bell ringing on an empty road at midnight, don't look back, because whoever's riding it isn't looking for directions. He's looking for the men who killed him, and he's not done collecting names. Dev walked the forest trail near his village, a bag slung over his shoulder and a letter clutched in his hand, reading it as he walked. "Where do I even go from here?" he muttered, checking the letter again. "Once you reach the crossroads, take the path toward the post office. Follow it and you'll arrive directly." "All right, post office road it is. But which one is the post office road?" "It doesn't say." Just then, he spotted a weathered wooden sign pointing down one of the paths. Post office. Thank God for that. 15 minutes later, deep in the trees, a small post office came into view, and a man was already standing outside, waiting. "Are you the new postmaster?" "That's me, Dev. I've been posted here." "Good. I'm Ramu, your assistant. The post office is right here. I'll bring your breakfast in the morning." "Wait, what do you mean, in the morning? You're my assistant. Where else would you stay tonight?" Ramu's expression shifted. "I know, sir, but I can't stay here after dark. Not even if it costs me the job." Something about the way he said it made Dev's skin crawl. Before he could argue, Ramu had already turned and walked off into the trees. "Strange man," Dev muttered. "Guess he's just old-fashioned. Whatever." Inside, the post office was old but clean. Shelves lined with books, files, and stacks of letters that looked untouched for weeks. Dev picked up a book, lay down on the cot, and started reading, unaware that at that exact moment, Ramu was practically sprinting down the forest path. "I need to get out of here before it starts," Ramu whispered to himself, glancing over his shoulder. "Please, please, please." Behind him, a bicycle bell rang out, followed by heavy, ragged breathing, far too close. Ramu spun around, and whatever he saw made his eyes widen in pure terror. It was Dev's first night, and sleep wasn't coming easily. Around midnight, jackals howled somewhere close, and the book slipped from his hands. "It's the forest. Noises like that are normal out here. I'll get used to it." He picked the book back up. Then the dogs outside started barking. Frantic, wild. What's gotten into them now? He got up, shut the window and lay back down, flipping to the next page. That's when he heard it. Breathing deep, deliberate, far too close to be outside. Sound Siwi breathing, and under it, the unmistakable ring of a bicycle bell and the creak of pedals turning. Who's riding a bicycle out here at this hour? And why can I hear someone breathing like that? Dev didn't have the nerve to check. Whatever fear he'd seen flash across Ramu's face earlier that evening, he was feeling it now, in his own chest. He lay back down, sweat gathering on his forehead, hands pressed over his ears, but the sounds didn't stop. He drifted in and out of half-sleep until, finally, a bell rang out at 6 a.m., the post office's morning bell, and his eyes shot open. Thank God that's over. He opened the window. Everything outside looked completely normal. Dev washed up and stepped outside, expecting Ramu. He never showed. Restless, Dev wandered until he found a small tea stall on the main road. "Morning, sir. You're not from around here. Where are you from?" "I'm the new postmaster. Just posted at the office up the trail." At those words, every single person at the stall turned to stare at him. "You're staying at that post office? At night?" "Yes, I was posted there. Day or night, I have to stay." "Why is that so surprising?" No, nothing," the tea seller said quickly, handing him his cup. "If it's no trouble for you, that's fine. We've just never seen a postmaster last more than a night there. Most don't even make it that long." Dev thought of Ramu, his desperate refusal to stay after dark, and a chill ran through him. Back at the office, his phone rang. It was the village head. "Postmaster, your assistant won't be coming today." "What? Why not? I haven't even had breakfast yet." "Don't worry about that. We'll send you a new assistant in a few days. I'll arrange your meals myself. Just be patient." Nobody's giving me a straight answer, Dev thought, hanging up. He buried himself in the ledgers all day, then spent the afternoon delivering letters. By the time night fell again, his heart was already pounding just looking at the building. He said a quiet prayer and stepped back inside. Elsewhere in the village, Vikram sat with his wife, Meera, half listening to her complain about never being taken anywhere. I want to see the city this time. It's been years since you've taken me anywhere. Once the money comes in, I'll take you wherever you want. A knock at the door interrupted them. A bicycle bell chimed outside, and a voice called out, "Postman." "A postman? At this hour?" Vikram opened the door, no one there. Just a letter lying on the ground. "You need money badly, and I know you're the kind of man willing to do anything to get it. I have work for you. Come to the banyan tree behind the post office tonight at 1 a.m. It's a single night's job and it pays 5,000 rupees. Vikram grinned. Just one night's work for that kind of money? Who wouldn't take it? What is it? Who sent that? Meera asked. None of your business. Just know we're about to be a lot richer. An hour later, Vikram set off down the forest trail, smiling, but with one nagging question circling his mind. What kind of job pays this much for one night? Then the bicycle bell. He spun around. Nothing there. He kept walking, the bell trailing him the whole way, until he reached the banyan tree. Hello? Is anyone even here? Was this some kind of joke? That's when the dogs came. A whole pack, barking wildly, charging straight at him. Vikram ran, the dogs closing in, until the bicycle bell rang out again, directly ahead of him, and he froze. A silhouette approached on a bicycle, growing clearer with every second. Who? Before he could finish, the dogs caught up from behind and tore into him. By morning, Vikram's body was found in the forest. His wife sat beside it, sobbing. The village head and Dev stood nearby with the crowd. What was he even doing out here so late? He said the postmaster gave him a letter, told him whoever wrote it wanted to meet him in the forest. Dev's stomach dropped. That's impossible. I never delivered any letter last night. I never left the office. No one had an answer. The following night, the village head's daughter, Priya, sat at home with her husband, Suraj. A knock at the door. Can you check who that is? Priya said. Why me? I've been working all day. And I haven't? Some big house you've given me. Go check the door. Suraj found no one outside, just a letter on the ground. You're about to pay for what you did. The sin you buried is about to come to light. What is it? Priya asked, seeing his face drain of color. It says, it's about to tell you everything. Keep reading. If you want your secret to stay buried, come to the banyan tree behind the post office at midnight. I'll be waiting. We have to go, Priya said. Whoever this is, we have to stop them before this goes further. They set off together into the forest, the post office visible in the distance. Hello? Can anyone hear me? The bicycle bell rang. They turned, and the same silhouette was closing in fast, moving with impossible speed. The screams reached Dev inside the post office. I have to see this for myself, whatever it is. He rushed to the scene and found Priya and Suraj dead exactly like Vikram had been. Who is doing this? What is this thing? Then he saw it, a bicycle approaching in the dark. Dev's throat went dry as the figure's face slowly came into focus. He stepped back and his foot caught a rock. Dev hit the ground hard, striking his head, and everything went black. When Dev woke, villagers surrounded him. The village head sat beside his daughter and son-in-law's bodies, weeping. What is happening in this village, sir? The head could only sob. Dev picked up the letter lying beside the two bodies and read it, and his mind reeled with confusion. Who is sending these letters in my name and luring people out here to kill them? An old villager pulled him aside. Postmaster, this post office isn't right. We don't know how you've lasted this long. Every man who's worked here has fled within a single day. If I'm honest, I nearly did too. But I need this job too badly to walk away. Do you hear it too? The bicycle, the dogs, the breathing. You hear all of that? Yes, and clearly you know more than you're telling me. The old man sighed. Years ago, a widow named Gauri lived in this village with her son, Aryan. She worked as a laborer while the village head was building his house, raised her boy alone and educated him well. Aryan grew up, studied hard, and became this village's very first postmaster. His mother's pride. But one day, his body was found in this forest, torn apart like something wild had gotten to him. It broke her completely. Ever since, every postmaster who's taken this post hears that bicycle bell, those dogs, that breathing. No one's ever lasted more than a night. Dev's curiosity burned hotter than his fear now. He made a decision. Tonight he would find out the truth, no matter what it cost him. That night, Dev stood at the post office door on purpose, refusing to hide. Jackals howled, dogs barked somewhere close. But this time he held his ground. At exactly 11 p.m., the bicycle bell rang. The same silhouette approached, and this time Dev didn't run. The figure drew close, tossed a letter at his feet, and rode past without a word. Dev never saw its face. He picked up the letter with shaking hands and began to read. My name is Aryan. I was proud to become this village's first postmaster. After years of saving, I sold my family's land and combined it with everything I'd earned, hoping to buy the biggest house in the village. My dream was to see my mother live in it. But that house belonged to the village head, deeded to his daughter. When I offered to buy it from him, he told me to bring the money ready. The next night, the village head came to the post office with his son-in-law Suraj and a man named Vikram. I've had the papers drawn up, I told him. Just sign, and the house is mine. He had the money counted first, then told me to sign the papers. Why wouldn't I sign? He said. Then he gave Vikram a signal. Vikram hit me over the head with a club. That house belongs to my daughter, the village head sneered over me. And she'll be the one living in it. This whole deal was just a way to take your land money and your savings. I'm the richest man in this village, and I intend to stay that way. He and the others threw my body under the banyan tree. That's why, every time a new postmaster arrives, I try to tell my story, because I want the truth about the village head, and about my own blood, to finally reach the world. Reading this, fury rose in Dev's chest. The next morning, he went straight to the village head's house. Sir, Aryan's spirit told me everything you did to him. What nonsense are you spouting now? If you want to save yourself, come to the post office tonight. I've called in a tantric who can trap his spirit for good, and rid this village of the threat forever. It's the only way I get free of him too. Relief spread across the village head's face. Now that's what I want to hear. That night, the village head arrived at the post office. Dev, where's this tantric you promised? He should be here any moment, now that you've arrived. The bicycle bell rang out. The village head's face went white. The silhouette appeared and stopped just short of them. You didn't do yourself any favors by killing me, headman. I'm not letting you walk away this time. Dev, what is this? His spirit is right in front of us. Call the tantric. Trap it. Now, are you working with him? If you tell anyone I killed him, I won't leave you alive either. At that exact moment, the village constable stepped out from where he'd been hiding. I heard every word, headman. Turn yourself in. The village head bolted, but before he could take 3 steps, Aryan's spirit lifted him off the ground, carried him high into the night sky, and let go. The fall killed him instantly. Now, the spirit said, turning to Dev, get my mother into that house. That's the last thing I need from you. I will. I promise. The truth of the village head's crimes spread through every household by morning. Based on Dev's statement, the constable arranged for Aryan's mother to finally move into the house her son had died for. Grief for her son never left her, but for the first time in years, something in her finally felt at peace. Dev settled fully into his post after that. And now, whenever he hears that bicycle bell ring out at night, he doesn't flinch anymore. He knows it's just Aryan checking in, the only way he knows how grateful that, because of one postmaster who refused to run, his mother finally made it home. Every letter that spirit sent led to a death, except the last one, because that one finally led to the truth. If a letter ever shows up under your door with no sender, read it twice before you follow it anywhere. If the story kept you hooked till the end, hit subscribe. Next week, we're opening the ledger this post office kept hidden for 30 years. Comment bell if you heard the bicycle bell before Dev did.